everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I'm going to be doing a would I buy this if it launched today video. So this video was made by, I think it's called Dollhouse Beauty is her name. I will have her listed in the description box. I saw Battybean do this video and she kind of inspired me to do this. So basically what this is my sister Connie has picked out 10 palettes for me, and I'm going to tell you, if these launched today, would I buy them or not? So please keep in mind, all of my palettes, with the exception of like 3, I have purchased myself, and the 3 that I have not purchased myself are gifts from my family and friends, but none of those ones are in here. So yes, with that being said, if you guys like these types of videos, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I'd very much greatly appreciate it, and let's get started. Okay, so the first palette that Connie picked out is the beautybay New Romantic palette. It's 20 shades, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So if this launched today, would I purchase this? Yes, I would, because I love beautybay's formula. Like, the formula of this palette is top notch. And overall, I really enjoy the color stories of this palette. I really love the color story of this palette, and I love, Jesus Christ, Bear. Somebody walked by, that's what he's barking at. But I really do enjoy the depth of like the colors that you can get in here, because this is basically a black shade. So you can make like a really, Jesus, Bear. Okay, so the first palette that Connie picked out is the New Romantic palette by beautybay. If this were to launch today, would I purchase this? I'm going to say probably, because I do love beautybay's formula, so I know I would like this palette if it launched today. The only thing is the thing that would make me hesitate is the fact that I have color stories that are just like this. So this one would, I'm going to say cautiously yes, but it's mostly a firm maybe. Actually, you know what? I probably wouldn't buy this if it launched today, just because of the fact that even though I love beautybay's formula, I have this color story. I have this in a much more condensed down version. So the only reason I would be buying this palette if it launched today is because I like beautybay's formula. But if I were to reason with myself, which I'm trying to do right now, I would probably just skip on this because of the fact I have this color story over. So I would not repurchase that one. The next one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. Now this palette has 10 shades, like 10 eyeshadows and then 2 blushes. Would I repurchase this today if it launched? Yes, 1000% yes, because as soon as I saw this when it did launch, I lusted over it, and I'm assuming that I would still be working at Ulta, so I would have been able to swatch this and kind of test it out a little bit. These shades in here are so good. It's, oh my goodness, they're just amazing. And then let's do a blush, and the blushes in here are nice as well. So would I purchase this today if it launched? Yes, I would, especially if I got my discount on it from working at Ulta. But yeah, I would purchase this palette again. I love Anastasia's formula, and this is like their old school formula, so the formula that made them really famous. This is like similar to Soft Glam, which I've hit pan in, Modern Renaissance, like formulation wise, it's very similar to those ones. So I would definitely purchase that again. Okay, next one is Revolution Beauty, the Chilled palette. And if this were to launch today, I can tell you right now, I would not. The only reason I have this in my collection to begin with is because Connie picked it out for me. Like, I let her go to Target and pick me out a full face of makeup. And this is the palette that she picked out, so I don't want to get rid of it for that purpose. But I don't like Makeup Revolution's formula, even in like these bigger, nicer palettes. I don't like it. And the fact that there's also 3 glitters in this, if Connie hadn't picked this out, I wouldn't even own it. So there's no way in hell I would have bought it of my own volition today. Just no. This is like a firm, hard pass. No. The next one is the Ace Beauty Nostalgia palette. Now, this is one of the palettes that my friend gave me. So I keep it for that reason, not because I love Ace Beauty. And as to whether or not I would purchase this of my own volition today if this were to launch, no, I would not. This is, I don't love the formula of Ace Beauty, however you want to say it. And the fact that like this yellow and this green, like if you take those 2 shades out, this is very similar to the New Romance palette, the ColourPop Watermelon or Main Squeeze palette. Like, it's very similar to that because it's very pinky purple red, which I love, but I don't need another one of these. So I would not purchase this today if it launched. Wow, okay, this is different than I thought it would be. So along similar lines, Ace Beauty, I have the Scarlet Dusk palette. I only have this palette because I got it in a BoxyCharm. Now, let me show you guys something. If I cover up that green and that yellow, look at how similar these 2 color stories are. So like, even if I'm going to assume that Kelly would have given me this palette still. So there's no way I would have purchased this of my own volition, let alone like on top of all the other reasons I just said. I don't love Ace Beauty's formula for these. Like, is the color story gorgeous? Absolutely. I love the color story. I just don't prefer the formula, and I already have this color story a couple times over because I do enjoy it that much. Wow, okay. So the next one is my Revolution Soap Extra Spice palette. I'm not gonna lie, I got this because of Make Me Up Missa and the fact that she raves about this palette. Absolutely raves. Would I have bought this today if it launched? Probably not right away, but as I was talked into it by Missa from like the amount of time she's used this palette on her channel and how much she raves about it, I probably would have bought it at some point in this alternate reality. So this would probably still be in my collection. I do enjoy the palette. I just kind of wish like she'd either stuck with neutrals or made it a colorful palette, because there's like this 21 is a bright red, and then Vitamin C is a yellow, and then you have like a dark bluish purple with Reputation. So she made it like a bunch of neutrals with the primary colors, which like is fine, but it's not my favorite. So would I still have this, or would I purchase this? Not right away, but probably eventually. I could be talked into it. Okay, next. So this is my MAC Nude Model palette. Would I purchase this again today? Yes, I would, because this is it's like very cool tone neutrals and MAC's eyeshadow formula. I don't care what anybody says, the formula in these palettes, if you are a basic bitch at heart like myself, you need this palette. It is so good. It is so nice. I love this, and the fact that this was like an older palette anyway, and the fact that I bought it, like I would 1000% buy this, or it would today, or it would be going on my wish list of items to purchase. Because I love this. Like, that's a shimmer. There's a matte. They're so pretty and like luscious. So yes, I would purchase this palette again today. Okay, let's do... This is the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. If this were to launch today, would I purchase this? That's a hard one. I don't know if I would purchase this today or not. I love this. I love how warm toned it is. I love how neutral it is. I love the fact that like there's some pinky purpley shades in there. I love this palette, which is why I haven't gotten rid of it. But would I repurchase this today? I don't think so. Or would I purchase this if it launched today? I don't think so. I really, really don't think I would purchase this today, mainly because of the fact in this alternate universe, I am assuming I still have my hoard of makeup and I'm trying to be more responsible with my spending. So would I purchase this? Probably not. Would it end up on a wish list of like if people need ideas to get me for presents or something like that? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I like the palette, but it's not anything super special to me because I do have all these colors already. So I would probably not repurchase this, or I would not purchase this palette if it launched today. Wow. Okay, that was frightening because I love this palette. I wouldn't buy it today. I bought that palette, I think, like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Okay. We're down to the final two, you guys. The palette that's up next is the Vintage Rose palette by Give Me Glow. If this launched today, would I purchase this? 1000% yes. No questions asked. I don't know how I would buy it, but I would scrape together the money to buy this palette because it's so pretty, but it's also very versatile. Like, if you've got pale, if you're fair like myself, you could use this shade as a blush. You can use this shade as a blush. You can use this shade as like a highlight. If you've got deeper skin tone, you can use this one as a blush. And like, just, it's so pretty. And Give Me Glow's formula is absolutely the best. Like, I love their shimmers. This is what I want everybody's shimmer formula to be like. It is just out of this world. So yes, 1000% I would buy this palette again, or today. Abso-fucking-lutely I would. The last palette, you guys. We are on to the last palette, and this one I know I would repurchase, okay? It's the palette that made me fall in love with color. Plus, like, the reason I bought it is a person. So, this is the Nikkie Tutorials X beautybay palette. I would 1000% buy this today if it launched because I bought it to support Nikkie. But then also, I wanted to dip my toes into color. I don't have that many colorful palettes. I love this formula. Like, this is beautybay's formula and I love it. Oh my goodness, I can't say anything else other than the fact that I love it, and I would repurchase this palette. Like, I'm looking at it now and I'm inspired all over again to do certain looks. Like, I could very easily do like a neutral look with this shade, and this shade. I can do like pinky purple. Just, I love this color story. I love this palette. So would I buy this again today, or would I purchase this if it released today? Yes, I would, if for no other than the fact than to support Nikkie Tutorials, because I love watching her as well. I think she's a really cool person from what I can tell about her from online. So yeah, I would repurchase this palette. The only thing I don't like about this palette, honestly, is the fact that it opens like this instead of like this. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But yeah, so if you guys, that is it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I would very much greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I will have Battybean and the original creator listed down in the description box or in a comment or something like that. But yeah, so with that being said, I will see you all in my next one. Bye!